in Africa, and it continues to lose much. But what is most terrible, what is most tragic, is that it does not realize what it has lost. One day, in the dark valleys of the future, people will try to turn back. People will try to investigate and look into the past of African humankind with wide open eyes. But they will find very little because much has been obliterated. When an animal is killed in Africa, that animal takes a large slice of African knowledge into oblivion with it. Now, tragically, that plea for the white lions was delivered by Africa's most powerful medicine man in the 90s. And I delivered this in Parliament this month to indicate what is at risk of being lost. It was heard, and the outcome is that a massive deal being put on hold, which was based on trophy hunting of lions in the region where I hold sanctity for the white lion. It's been put on hold as we reconsider this deal. What is the basis by which we govern one of the world's last ecosystems? You'll know that today all conservation issues are global issues. If Brazil destroys its rainforest, the world has lost its lungs. If South Africa destroys its white lions, the world has lost its heart. And so what makes people indigenous? Is it that they border? Is it that they have way? Is it that they border the ecosystems in question? Or is indigeneity defined by that quality that exists in all of us, which speaks the right relationship to nature? I believe that we all originated from Africa. We know that. So there are traces in the indigenous in all of us. There are traces in all of us, which is our true nature, right relationship with nature, which reaches across the species barrier to speak with our hearts and connect with issues from a heart perspective. When you do that, you are unstoppable. So I'm going to define for everyone again what lion-hearted leadership is. Lion-hearted leadership is that quality of fearlessness that comes from love and respect for nature that enables us to change our world. I truly hope I managed to speak from that place in Parliament. And I actually think that I've probably done enough talking right now, and I think it would be wonderful to close with a song from Kat, if we can impose on you, Kat, to speak, actually to sing for nature. And if you listen to the words of this beautiful song that Kat sang this morning as we did yoga at the rising sun in the middle of the heartlands, you will see that throughout time, poets and people of true heart have recognized that we are nature and that it is critical that we do not denature wilderness. Kat, if I can hand over to you. Thank you.
Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me, and I'm feeling good. Fish in the sea, you know how I feel. River running free, you know how I feel. Blossom on the tree, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me, and I'm feeling good. Butterfly out in the sun, you know what I mean, don't you know? Butterflies all having fun, know what I mean, no. Sleep in peace when day is done, that's what I mean. This old world is a new world and a bold world for me, and I'm feeling good. Stars, when you shine, you know how I feel. Scent of the pine, you know how I feel. Oh, freedom is mine, and I know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me, and I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. Oh, so good.
How amazing. You listen deep into the heart of that song. And Nina Simone made it famous, but Kat brings it to a whole new dimension. And in the current context of heart-centered, sacred warriorship for our Mother Earth, we need to remember that when we give our heart to things, we restore life on this planet. And so my plea in Parliament was for a living heritage. I spoke about atrophy. Atrophy is the word behind trophy. If you look it up in the dictionary, it has to do with dying, death, decaying, fading, all those words of losing of life. We cannot preserve a sacred living heritage by stuffing it as a trophy on our wall after killing it. We need to preserve it in our hearts, in our souls, and in the wild places where it roams free as God's creation. So, fearlessly, this was the message that we delivered to Parliament, and things shifted. Now, we've got a long way to go, and we'll talk about where we go as the next step.
Change the world, ban the trade of trophy hunting, hear the roar.
EDICIA is a U.S. nonprofit dedicated to the dream of ending childhood malnutrition for millions of children around the world. Through the manufacture of Plumpy Nut and other nutrient-rich, peanut-based, ready-to-use foods, EDICIA has already delivered life and hope to nearly 1 million children in over 26 developing countries. To find out how you can join EDICIA's dream of ending childhood malnutrition, please visit ediciaglobal.org. If you're living with fear and stress in your life, there is an answer.
If you're ready for a better way, step through The Doorway.
The Doorway is a multimedia online course for transcending fear, transforming relationships, accessing inner guidance, and experiencing more inspiration and trust in your life.
To learn more about these online courses based on the teachings of A Course in Miracles and David Hoffmeister, go to acimcourses.com.
Ever wonder what it's like to have your own radio show? Well, wonder no longer, because you can dip into the radio airwaves by being host for the day on syndicated Dream Vision 7 radio network. It's a fabulous way to get your radio feet wet. It's an opportunity to market your business, modality, or book. Have a guest, mention a sponsor, and take callers. Or you may want to facilitate a lesson by going solo. It's up to you. Listeners can be online, mobile, in cars with Bluetooth, or listen through Amazon's Echo by asking, Alexa, play Dream Vision 7 Radio Network. For more details, go to dreamvision7radio.com and click on Host for the Day.
This is Dream Vision 7 Radio Network, uniting mankind with universal love. Our shows are created from the heart, bringing each listener to a place of divine enlightenment. Breathe, relax, and enjoy. Let life flow.
So if we pick up on what true indigeneity is, what it means to be truly indigenous, it is linked to real service of nature, right relationship with nature, finding your true nature again, which is one with Mother Nature. So if we reach deep inside ourselves, we are all indigenous. I work with some of the world's most powerful and important indigenous leaders, climate change advocates, people who truly hold the ancient ways. And they hold so much for how we are going to shift the current paradigm into the future, bringing the ancient together with leading-edge science and bringing the patriarchy into true alignment with nurturing, maternal, service-based leadership. But I'm emphasizing that each of us has that quality of the indigenous within us. And one of the people who truly exemplifies this is Joan Ranquet, who has been one of the world's leading animal communicators for many years, fearless in her own way in speaking not only with the animals, but for the animals. And you will remember that she was interviewed on our show in a previous program. I'm delighted to say that I'm going to be joining Joan in September and October this year. I'm going to be traveling the States on a tour that joins her in Seattle, where she has a history of working with the superpod of the dolphins there. And then I'm going to be heading on to Chicago and then on to LA, where I'll be joining Joan again. She commences her Academy for Animal Communication at that time, where she trains us to speak with all life. So I'll be joining her there for a 3-day workshop that I deliver on lion-hearted leadership, and then going on to present at the Pioneers as I did last year. So this is September and October this year, and it's wonderful to have Joan joining us again. She will be bringing a group out to the heart of White Lion territories in November, the first week of November this year. So we're going to be speaking about both of those expeditions, mine to her part of the world and hers to my part of the world. And Joan, are you there? It's wonderful to know that you connecting in from the other side of the world. Are you there with us?
I am here with you, yes.
Loud and clear. And Joan announced that it was snowing in LA. This is at the end of February. I mean, how is that? We are roasting here in the heart of White Lion territories, not complaining, but weather patterns are really indicative of disruptions in our wildlife, in the field of nature, that is reminding us to bring ourselves back into alignment. And the white lions, as climate indicator species, remind us all about coming into alignment, coming back into balance. So, Joan, can I ask you a couple of questions to clarify? I've been warbling on here on behalf of the lions, I might add. But that question of speaking for nature, is that presumptuous of us to do that at a time when legislation and governing bodies and so much is so homocentric and not ecocentric? Is it presumptuous to speak on behalf of animals in these places of power?
No, I think it's so important. I'm amazed that you're not screaming on behalf of animals and nature, just because it's just been so overlooked for so long, and I think it's very presumptuous of humans in the past to create such a consume